Thanks for joining me for this short scale study. Today, we're going to build our tone and technique in the key of concert C major. And we're going to use our tenor sax. So that means that the tenor saxophone needs to play its D major scale. The D major scale on saxophone has two sharps, F sharp and no fingers C sharp. So let's do our first major scale and arpeggio quarter notes. I've got my metronome set at 70 beats per minute for all of these scale study examples. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and. Next, we'll do that same major scale and arpeggio, this time in eighth notes. 1, 2, and ready, go. Now, we'll play the major chords exercise. Remember those C sharps. 1, 2, ready, and. The fourth exercise is called thirds, and will really test our ability to play our Fs sharp. Ready? And 1 and 2 and ready and go. That leads us to the chromatic pivot scale. Now, the chromatic pivot scale, or all of the pivot scales, pivot around a note. The note that it always returns back to today is the note A. The note after that is G sharp. G and our pinky key on our left hand. We need our octave key in the back because it's high G sharp, by the way, as well. Then we'll need A and G, A and F sharp, and then an A dotted half. After the quarter note rest, we have A, then F natural. So we will get to play an F natural today on that. Then we've got A and E, A, and then a D sharp. Have you played a D sharp before? We need our thumb key in the back, our octave key, because it's a high D sharp. We need 3 fingers on our left hand, 3 fingers on our right hand, and our pinky on the top pinky key. That's what makes it D sharp, or E flat. Then to finish it, we need an A and then a natural D. So let's play our chromatic pivot scale. 1, 2, ready, A. How'd you do? I hope you got the D sharp. If not, practice it again. Now we go to the chromatic scale. The chromatic scale is a scale that has all notes in it. It's got all of the colors of our rainbow of music. So we're going to start with our low D, then we'll hit that pinky key for D sharp, then E, F natural, F sharp, then G. Then we get to play a G sharp with our other pinky key on our left, then A. The next note, or the first note in the third measure, is an A sharp. That can be a confusing note. but not for you, because today I'm going to teach you that A sharp is B flat. And to finger it, we need our A fingering, 2 fingers on our left hand, but then we need our first lowest side key on our right hand. And those 2 things together make B flat or A sharp. Then we need B, C, C sharp, and D. Coming down the chromatic scale, there are 5 notes that confuse most saxophonists, and they're the 5 flat notes of the chromatic scale coming down. D flat, which is nothing more than our C sharp fingering. B flat, which I just taught you as 2 and side. A flat, which is nothing more than our G sharp. G flat, which is nothing more than our F sharp. And E flat, the next to last note. The E flat is our D sharp. So 3 fingers on the left hand, 3 fingers on the right, and that pinky key. Those 5 notes have sharp relatives. They're called enharmonic equivalents. Let's play our chromatic scale. One last tip. At the end of this book is a fingering chart. Look it over from time to time and test out new notes and new fingering combinations. Here we go. 1, 2, chromatic scale, and I hope you did well, and I hope you had success. And I hope if you've made a few errors, you'll consider going back, listening to my fingerings, and looking at the back of the book, and then practicing that chromatic scale until you get it, and you get it the best you can possibly get it. Let's finish with the chorale. We've got to remember our F sharps and our C sharps, and we will get started. Here we go. I'll count to 4 and then 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And there you have it, Concert C Major. I hope this has been helpful, and I hope you've enjoyed using this video to play along. I hope that you'll consider all of the major and minor advanced scale studies in this series and use them to become a better master of your scales and build your technique and your tone. And like I always will say from this point on, I hope to see you again soon. Keep practicing.